Yo,
What up? What up?
that's good. G-Willi.
Long time no see.
Yes, sir, bro. I got that cap on,
Oh,
bro.
respect.
Yes,
Respect across
sir.
the
My
board.
favorite hat. My favorite hat.
Y'all hear me all right?
It's clear. It's clear.
Oh, all right. So, question: can you hear me with my grill, or should I take my grill out because it's hard to hear me?
I can hear you.
You hear me good? No, because some people be like, "Yo, you sound muffled with your grill
Chris
on or
just
something."
wanted us to know he had a grill in, bro.
Yeah.
No.
Just a subtle flex to start off the podcast.
No. Listen, no, that's not the case.
That was a hard flex. That's
No,
okay.
that is not the case. My mom literally says, "Take that shit out your mouth." You sound. So that's all I'm asking.
No, I think it's fine.
Okay,
Nah,
cool.
it's straight, bro. It's cool. It's cool.
All right, you ready to get started?
Let's do it.
What's up? Welcome to the first episode of BREEZEtalk. Today we have our special guest, G-Willi. But before we get started, I'm going to introduce my co-podcast members, Jay Clay.
You're not
Jay
gonna
Clay, Director of Business Development at BREEZeshare. You know, they call me Jay Clay.
Okay, we see you. Well, I guess I'll introduce myself. Janae Jasmine, that is me, that is I, that is she. Yes, thank you so much.
Guys, I'm sorry. Hold on. Like, I had to answer.
Just let it flow. Don't do it. Just let it flow.
He said he got to answer.
It's
He
fine.
said he got to answer a call. Bro, mute your phone, bro. Let's run the podcast.
Dead ass. Is it the groceries? Is it your groceries outside?
No, I think it was the groceries or whatever. But they said that's what they only want to do it. They'll call again. Some person.
Well, don't let nobody steal your groceries. You know how that be.
That's true.
Anyway, G, first off, I have to say that I'm excited to have you on. I remember when we first met. What is it? I want to say April, John. That's when we started doing BREEZeshare Saturdays.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Dang.
Yeah.
So I think the last time we talked was right after I got back from South Africa. You know, definitely we're proud to have you on that project. So definitely go check out the Valid project, and also definitely go check out Low Key, which is I think your latest album. I think with the I think one of the favorite track on there for me is Rodeo, of course.
Yes, sir.
So since then, you know, like what have you been doing, man? We've caught up a few times, but what's going on?
I got a full-time job, which sucks. So been doing that, and I got less time for music, but I've still been trying to grind. You know, Christmas, you know, just leveled up my studio, trying to get a better sound. Everything with me is just about leveling up. Like I want each project to just leave the last one in the dirt and all that. So, you know, like I told you, all my albums so far and projects have had an average of 10 songs, and this one might have 20 to 25 just because I haven't put out anything project wise since March. So I've just been busy staying at it. I've scrapped probably 20 songs. So I've just been enjoying the grind.
Okay. So given that this is a 20 album project, I mean, why 20? I mean, I think the last time I even seen projects like that is like Chris Brown when he, you know, like released Indigo or stuff like that. So why 20 instead of, you know, the regular 10?
For me, it was like I noticed that like 10 was a good number for me. So when I was making my albums, it was like I get to 10 songs and then I'd quit listening to beats. Like I just completely cut myself off. I'm like, all right, I don't want any more songs. I got my 10 that I want. I'm gonna finish these. And then I felt like that was limiting myself. So like I got my 10 here, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna keep listening to beats. And I find another beat, and I'm like, oh, I got to do something with this. Oh, I got to do something with this. And I was like, all right, you know, had I just stopped myself, I maybe never would have found these beats. I never would have made these songs I love more than the first 10 in the first place.
Okay.
Especially, I want to chime in. Especially, I feel like nowadays you never know which song is gonna pop off. Like whether it's because of TikTok, whether it's because of any other viral trend. Like you don't know what song is gonna pop off. So I feel like in some spaces, like more is better at this point. You know, just the way that social media is going right now.
And I especially feel like I agree, especially like not being like a name in the music industry. Like I feel like if you're a big name or something, like you have that opportunity. So the more songs you put out, like you got to be hitting. Like so if Drake puts out an album with so many songs, it's like, all right, this better hit. Cause you know, if he misses 10, then it's a bum album. Drake's falling off. But if I miss 10, it's like nobody's expecting me to hit 20 songs. You know what I'm saying? Like at this level. So like you said, if I can just get a couple off, you know, then I'm good.
That sounds like a spray and pray method, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, whatever I need to do, baby.
Cool, cool. All right, well, Guy, I'm gonna start this off. So I just want to clear the air. The fact that you're able to jump over 6'4" now, does this make you the best high jumper musician in the nation?
You know what? My PR is actually over 6'7". I didn't.
Okay,
So, but you know, I've never had that
leveling
question
up.
asked. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's true, but I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not.
You can't refute it. You need it's like the NFL. They need irrefutable evidence to
Right?
refute
It's
it,
like
bro. So
who doesn't want somebody that can jump over a bar? You know, if you're ever in trouble, who are you going to
yes,
pick?
sir.
The wily veteran or the kid that can jump over a bar?
Exactly, bro. He's gonna keep leveling up these bars his whole career.
But where are
It's a
you
metaphor.
gonna be at that you can jump over things like that? Are you like where you
Yeah,
gonna be
okay,
at?
good question. I was a high jumper in college, so
I mean,
that's why I like
gathered that.
yeah.
Just saying, like you're gonna be out like in
Oh,
Kentucky, like jump. Where are you gonna be jumping over?
look, you never know. You just never know.
I would just.
Look, that Kentucky life hits a little different. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
You don't know what you need when you need it, but you got me.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That makes sense. So, your whole life growing up in Kentucky, you went to college in Kentucky, you grew up there. How much, if at all, do you think your home state has like influenced your music feel, really?
Um, I'd say not because
Mm-hmm.
you know in Kentucky, I didn't grow up in the most rural part of Kentucky. I know like
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of connotations that come with growing up in Kentucky. Like
Yeah, that's probably how we're picturing Kentucky right now.
Yeah. I live. You know, I got 40,000 people, and then I went to college in Louisville, and I've been living there the last 5 or 6 years, which is a big city. So, but
Mhm.
like I will say, it's probably the opposite. Like, because anywhere you go, I don't know which like it's country music. So if you go into
Yeah.
like a store, restaurant, like you might hear some contemporary, but most of all, it's country music, and I hate country music. If there's one thing that I hate, it's like country music. Like I can't do it like at all. Like I'd rather you sit here and play the piano with your feet rather than hear you talk about the tractor in the back. Like it's
Yes.
so like if anything, it just being around it so much just pushed me away from that and into like this hip hoppy / alternative kind of.
I agree with that. Especially on the country music part. My sister loves country music, and growing up she would always play it, and I don't know, like you always fight with your sister. I just like I hated that part of it, and now I'll always hate country music. I'll be like, you can't even relate to this like riding on a tractor, and she'd be like, well, you also don't trap stuff like out the bandos, so like you can't relate to your music either. I'm like, all right, that's facts. But I see what you're saying. I could see how just being around it all the time could like make you not want it. So I feel that.
Maybe I feel like I need to like country music or even listen to it. I mean, I ride around on tractors and shit. And
Oh, you do? Yeah.
I do. That is like, but I don't like country music either. So
Hold on.
Chris?
Well, I love country music. I'm a big fan of, Brad Paisley. I definitely shout out to Kane Brown. You know what I'm saying? So I can't relate. I can't relate.
I can respect it. I can't do it. I cannot do it.
I agree with that. Janae, what you got for him?
well, actually, I wanted to know about your full-time job. That was like my first question.
Yeah.
What is that?
You know, it's pretty big time. Basically, say you're shopping for a new washing machine. Say you're on HomeDepot.com. Look at the specs. Hey, how much water does this washer use? That's where I come in.
Okay.
And I will tell you exactly how much water that washing machine uses.
Okay.
And I do that all day. That's what I do all day, every day. I answer questions about appliances for GE.
Okay, that's cool.
It's cool, all right.
That's fire, actually. Bro, our washer has been broken here for the past month, bro, so I need you.
You're just gonna have to hit me up.
It's not GE though.
Let me get in the database. Let me troubleshoot you one time.
Yes,
we'll get it fixed. We'll get it fixed.
That's awesome.
Okay.
How long you been doing that?
Yeah.
5 months tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
5 long months.
Cool.
Okay, so you're an appliance expert, musician. Do you play any instruments?
Not great. I play ukulele like decently well. Like I've always played ukulele, and then like I used to I took piano lessons in college, and I used to teach myself songs. I probably don't play it like correctly. I can do like a little bit, very limited. But other than that, like ukulele is probably my best instrument.
Okay. Well, I play the drums, so if you ever need,
There you
I
go.
got you.
I wish I could play the drums.
Yeah, everyone can't have the skill sets.
Oh, true, true. My bad.
I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, Guy, I saw you posted the a ukulele video on IG once, and I did not know that you had that in your repertoire.
Oh,
I thought he was
yeah.
just a rapper singer.
That's what I started like. I liked like instruments that people didn't like play. Like in middle school, I picked up harmonica. I got decent at that, but I just stopped playing in high school. But I think I got like a place in a talent show one time. But then I picked up ukulele in middle
Okay, slight
school.
flex.
Just a subtle middle school talent show flex. My bad. And then, but I picked up ukulele. I just really love the sound. Like I love the sound on ukulele. So I still play that semi-often.
Do you incorporate that in like your music, or how does that incorporate since you like you really like it?
So like when I used to produce like all my beats, and like I even took like production classes in college. And so like when I was doing that, I was recording ukulele. I even tried to do it recently for this album, and after spending like 5 hours straight like with my ukulele and my mic just trying to record layers and layers, I got kind of sick, and I was like, all right, I've been too far removed. But like I definitely do. I used to. Now I don't really like the music that people hears, but I used to sing like I don't really take voice lessons, but if I want to like sing for a while or practice singing or whatever, like I just sit in my ukulele for hours. So I use it for that. Like I still use it all the time. If I post any covers on social media or anything, I always use that. But as far as music going on Apple Music, not as much anymore.
How's your so since you started sort of using other beats, I guess so you have like buddies or you use like other DJs beats now. How's that process changed for you in terms of making music? Like now you're able to focus more maybe on the lyrics and the sound of your voice versus spending hours in the lab like creating a certain beat?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like for real, I've got the utmost respect for music producers. I did it for years. I didn't really know what I was doing. Like I can create like catchy beats, but like quality. It's the quality wise and like layering stuff and all the effects you have to do to get that like full sound. And I took this production class in college. I'm like this is just over my head. Like, and that's when I started focusing on vocals. It's been nice. Like what I do. Some people knock this, but I find beats on YouTube and then I purchase a lease. I download them, record. If I like the song, I end up purchasing the lease and go through with it. The only thing that sucks is like sometimes there's beats where I'm like, this if only this had this right here or this right here, and like where I can visualize like what I need for this, and so like I feel like that limits my music. But honestly, I don't have any other options. Like I don't have like Murder Beats sitting next to me in the studio, like the dude that even mixes and masters my stuff for me. He lives in Florida, so like a friend from college. So it's like I wish, but right now I just don't have like that for like 20 songs or so.
Yeah.
I would say, and that's what Breeze Share is for, baby. But I'm gonna tell you the other part. I would tell you as a novice producer now myself is that one thing, like when I remember I first started out, the first DAW I had, or digital audio workstation for people who don't know what DAW means, it was Fruity Loops, and then after that it was GarageBand. I fell in love with GarageBand, and now it's Logic Pro. And but the thing is, like I think the bigger annoyance for me as a producer is like how you talked about the ukulele and recording layers and sounds is like getting back to the original sounds and the organicness of like the keyboard and stuff like that, because a lot of people like to use a lot of loops instead of organically creating the beat themselves. So that's like the biggest annoyance I would say from you. There's nothing wrong with a sample, and I love a good sample, but you know what I'm saying, like when it comes to organic creation, like I think a lot of times that's something that's very much so missing in music today. So I can understand.
No, I agree with like on top of that, it's like I find a lot of beats where I'm like, all right, this slaps for a minute and a half. And then it's like it doesn't change. So like a lot of these producers are using these loops, and it's like, okay, that's a great loop for the verse, and then the chorus hits, and they might add a synth, and it's like I need more. or the bridge, and it's the same loop, and it's like, you know, had it been, you know, original and stuff, they could really mix it up and make something unique. But yeah, that's good. That's a really good point.
I consider your music when I listen to it as something that I can actually like listen to. Like if I want to like play the baby and just like get hyped, then I'll just like play the baby and it'll just like blast in my eardrums. If I want to like listen to something that actually has like, I'm not gonna say sustenance, I'm not gonna diss the baby like that, but like something where I actually listen to lyrics, I listen to an artist like you. How does it, like, since the music industry's changed so much, since all these random artists are popping off and their songs are like a minute and a half long, how do you ever like have like a notion to be like, maybe I should just try to pop off like one of these like crazy artists that make short songs that I'm gonna say it, like they're not very good, but they just pop off because they're catchy and they're literally like a minute and a half.
Dude,
Do you
my
ever have
mind,
like a, yeah?
yeah, dude, my mind goes all over the place. Like, it's like when I was in high school, I was like, I've got all my old songs on SoundCloud and they're horrendous, but I keep them. But I keep them as like where I came from, because I just need to
Yeah.
know, like, all right, man, I've come so far. I've still got so far to go, but I've just come so far. But my lyrics back then really they did not connect. They were just kind of, if this word rhymes with this word, we're throwing it in there.
Yeah.
And so like for me,
Yeah.
so I it was a slow transition for me. Like, okay, how can I start writing songs where I can, like, I one of my things, I try to be a better storyteller, even if
Mhm.
like most of my songs are not really about my life. Like, you know, I've been dating a girl for 5 years and we make jokes all the time. Like I talk about girls cheating on me and all this. And she's like, people gonna think I suck. And I'm like, you know, but you know, I just like a part of it is just becoming like trying to build these stories and build a coherent song. But then like Rodeo, which was like my most popular song of
Whipping
2020.
up Rodeo.
Yeah, when I wrote that, I found the beat and I was like, okay, that one song, I put the auto tune all the way up on every single track, and I was like, you know, let me just make like this hip hoppy track, like where nothing really connects, and like that was like, I'm whipping on Rodeo, I just broke a law, something something. I talk about potatoes and all this. You know what I'm saying? That was my most popular song, and so part of me was like,
potato.
yeah. And so I did that one as like, it's like this thing, like, all right, I see that, you know, all these other lyrics that are popping off aren't coherent or whatever. Like, let me go back to this. And so I mean that song did well. So I fight that a lot. And
Yeah.
I will say it's definitely harder to do longer songs, just because like when I'm like making my music, I'm like, all right, how can I hold the attention? So I might have a 10-second spot here on the bridge. Like, I get like really iffy about leaving just spots in the song with just music, even though I know that that's so common for music, because I'm like, all right, will I lose the attention right here? Is somebody going to hear this for the first time and skip? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I do to like, and sometimes I'm like, man, a long song, like, can I keep this interesting? How do I keep building off this? Especially when, you know, the beat is as it's written, I might be able to do something to it. But yeah, that was a good point.
How do you go about like writing your song? Like, what's your like routine, or like how do you, you know, get the inspiration?
Yeah.
You were just talking about potatoes or whatever. So like,
Well, that's a good question. No, that's good.
He at the dinner table.
right, like,
Right. So sometimes it depends on what I'm doing, but I just hear a beat. So I like all I do, like if I'm in my car, I literally just listen to beats 24/7 if I'm in my car, and then I'm freestyling. And it's like, first of all, how does a beat make me feel? So I hear the beat, like what is the first thing I think of? Like, how does this make me feel? I usually go off that. And then so my next thing is I get a flow. So if I'm in my car, I get a flow, and then I video my flow, like with the beat. I'm just like hana. And then when I record the flow, just like mumbling, and then that's how I like record the whole song. So I just get like, so first off, I get like, how does this make me feel? I get the flows, and I'll be in the loop, and then I do like sounds. Like when I'm writing, I write to like sounds. Like, so like say you got this staff, and or like, you know, this verse, what sounds better if the last word is the or the last word is o? So I'm
Right.
big on like how sounds hit with the beat, and so I do that like when I'm mumbling humming and ho, and then I take like how the song made me feel, and I just kind of plug the words into the flows that I've kind of hummed and stuff.
Okay, cool.
all right, that's pretty dope.
All right, well, guess what? You know, we got to stop, pay some bills real quick. So we're about to go to like a little commercial break, and then we'll be right back.
I'm whipping up Rodeo. I just broke a law. I need to go like San Diego. Swear that I've been good. You would have thought I wore a halo. Written in the stars and I can see it. Galileo.
Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, I am. I've gone viral a few times on Twitter and stuff with some other videos, and then I started doing trick shots. And so I was posting those on TikTok. So I've got like over 15,000 followers, but I don't post on there anymore. It was just kind of like trick shots. But I need to like, I had a couple posts of music. I need to find a way to better incorporate my music on the TikTok.
Yo,
I use my songs for the videos, but that's about it.
Bro, you had one video that popped off too that was so random. Like you played that game in a pool
Oh
or something.
yeah,
It had like a million views or
it
something.
did. It had like 1.6. And the thing is, I told them, I said, watch. I said I'm gonna make this video. I said this is gonna go viral. Watch. Right before
Yeah.
it sure did. People started
Bro,
making
you
fun of
have
my
a
Bell's
you have an
palsy.
eye for that stuff, I feel like, because I posted once, it was like I posted the Last Dance one. You know how like they jump around the
Yeah,
years, that post
yeah.
I made, and you were like, this is the one, and then Overtime posted it like an hour later.
I'm telling
I
you,
was
dude,
like,
I
dang,
will
bro, he
say
has an
like
eye for that thing.
not like I've had over 10 videos. I've had 9 or 10 videos get over a million views, and like, all right, so like in 2017, there was a raccoon on a campus, and it was there. It's there all the time, but it was just chill. It's like friendly, and like a lot of people have these like bad connotations about raccoons, but they're actually like not too bad. And most of them like they don't really, like rabies isn't really like a concern with most,
Yeah.
but it's you attribute that. So I was just going there, and my friends and I were like feeding it acorns, and I put my phone down on flash, and apparently they like shiny objects. Well, the raccoon, you're gonna have to watch the video after, but the raccoon picked it up with its mouth and ran off with my phone. But the thing that was funny is like I'm screaming at it, and we had named it Stanley like 5 minutes before, so I'm screaming like Stanley, Stanley, and I'm chasing this raccoon, and you can see its feet. But the video by seven, and so I got my phone up, and I said, and I saw that it recorded, and I said this is a viral video, and then I posted it at 11:11, and then by 7 a.m. it was up to like 50 to 70,000 likes. Ended up, I mean, I'm telling you, like Good Morning America, Today Show, Time Magazine, all of my emails. I've made over $4,000 off that video, and I mean, it was just
Shout out
I did.
Stanley, bro.
I went on live shows in Louisville. I was on TV like crazy, and then ever since then, I was like, dang, I want that feeling back. And so
Hmm.
then a couple years later, I had this idea to like do air horn, like scare my family with air horn. I was like, this is gonna blow up. And it was like 2 in the morning. I'm like, what can I do to get back? And I bought an air horn at 2 in the morning, and that video took off, got millions of views. And then I made a second one and ended up on America's Funniest Home Videos and a lot of things. And then I got on a hot streak. I started doing trick shots again, but my idea was I have this like it's like my fundamental philosophy when making videos is like it's got to be unexpected. Something amazing has to happen. It's got to be unexpected and kind of thing. So I would do trick shots that people weren't expecting, and then I ended up on ESPN. I ended up on Sports Center. Dude Perfect messaged me and some other stuff, and so I was on a hot streak, and I do understand content, and then that's when I'm just like, all right, how can I incorporate my music? Because that's the only reason I downloaded TikTok was like, all right, if I start posting these trick shots here, let me just get my music. Like my brother sent me an article about music on TikTok because that is all the industry is right now,
Yeah.
and so that's why I downloaded it and I started posting my music. There was one Whistle Sports posted some trick shots that had one of my songs in it and that got tens of thousands of views. It was Rodeo actually, which was nice, but I'm still working on like how can I bridge that gap.
yo, have
I
you?
feel like
Go ahead, John.
okay. I feel like so you're like super into your music and it actually being meaningful, and I respect that. I think maybe you could like be like, all right, today or this week I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna make a song because you have such a good eye for what goes viral. You'd be like, I'm gonna make a song that is gonna go trending. Like after listening to all these different songs that popped off, like I'm gonna do this one and then I don't know, with your
Like
trick shots or something.
I definitely like a meme song. I
Yeah, like
consider it a lot, and
yeah,
I'm just like, but like, I just know that there's. So I know I can make the meme songs. Like, what do I have to
yeah.
plug with it to make it?
Hmm.
Like where
Yeah.
where do I have to make ends meet to make that actually like pop up? But yeah, for sure.
And then it's also like, would you like if you get famous for a meme song, is everyone always going to see you as a meme rapper,
That's
or
the
do
other.
you
That's
want
the
to
other
try to
point, man.
keep grinding it out and make it? I'm not gonna say as a real rapper because meme rappers still rap, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So yeah. I have one more. Sorry, Chris, to cut you off. This is like my last question for your trick shots. What made you guys? So I don't know if you guys have seen him, but he's made so many trick shots. He's been on ESPN, every sports outlet you could think of. Whenever he makes like the craziest trick shots, like full court, like with a medicine ball, like he punches a basketball in. How you guys don't react? What made you guys not react? Just because it's cooler, like just to walk off?
It's because like I said, like so like I want it's got to be unexpected, it's got to be amazing, and that was the last thing that I couldn't think of. There's got to be something in the video that makes people comment. Because like when I started making those, I was like, all right, let me get these on TikTok. Like, what's gonna make people like, even if it makes somebody mad, like us not reacting. Because like especially on TikTok where comments drive like views because interactions drive views. It's like people are so mad.
Yeah.
Oh, why are they acting like
So
it didn't
mad.
go in? Like that took hours. We know this took hours. Quit acting like it didn't go in. And so stuff like that, like, and just something like how many trick shots you see they're absolutely insane where nobody reacts. You know what I'm saying? Like I think like there's one where my friend hits a medicine ball, like exercise ball, off to another exercise ball, and then to my exercise ball, full court in. Like in my personal opinion, I think that's one of the craziest trick
I thought
shots.
that was insane, and
Like
it
I
didn't
think
even
that
go as crazy as
it
some of
didn't
your
go
other
crazy.
ones.
Like and I was really surprised by that because I was like, this is the best trick shot ever. Like not ever, but like you know what I'm saying, of like 2020. I'm like, this is insane. And it was just so sometimes it's that hit and miss, but yeah, I just thought it was another aspect to make the video like talk worthy or share worthy. You know, I'm just saying, not reacting.
You did get a sponsorship with that. I think it was a sponsorship, or you like worked there or something with that some gym that you like filmed like a commercial for. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, a gym in E-Town. They had me film a commercial for them doing trick shots. A new gym, like basketball, soccer, all this for some like free rentals, and then I actually got a partnership with Waboba, and they do like
I saw that.
like beach sports. So all different types of balls, like renewable energy footballs and stuff. And I'd actually had one as a kid, so when they reached out, that was really cool. And they sent me a lot of free stuff, and I've done some videos for them.
So you're in like a really interesting place because like obviously trick shots are like fun, and that's like a dope brand. I guess now you're just like working on how to pair it with what you actually want to like be able to do for a living, which is music. So you're in an interesting place right now. Not a bad place though. Definitely just like because you're doing stuff that you love, but you want to turn it into money.
Right.
I mean, hold on, G. I don't know if you're familiar with. I don't really know this guy's Instagram. By heart, I have to look it up. But he's Middle Eastern descent. He's always like shooting like trick shot. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy with the on the Nerf hoop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the guy with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. I was wondering if you're familiar. Have you are you well even speaking of sponsorship and stuff like that, because that's great to hear that you have sponsorship. Have you reached out to like some of your fellow peers who do trick shots and to even do some type of collaboration, given that you're you're an artist, definitely. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I've got, my friends have helped me with the trick shots, but as far as that, no. But I'll bridging off that question, I'll tell you where my music has blown up. Freaking Twitch. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
so I'm in a fortunate position where one of my friends and teammates from college has almost 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. And he's a streamer. He gets like 200, 300 viewers like daily on Twitch. And like, he started playing my music on stream, never asked him to. He started playing my music on stream, and the amount of like, it's weird saying this, but fans that I've gotten from across the world, because he has a global audience, has been nuts. Like, there's a guy in New Zealand wearing the hat that John has on right now. Like, sends me pictures all the time,
G-Willi.
like, tweeting at me.
Waiting for the next merch drop.
Yeah, and there will be one. So like Twitch, and then I ended up making him like a channel theme song. And so that really helped get my name out there, like whose channel theme song is, especially when it's falling this big. But the biggest thing was like, I don't know if y'all familiar how much y'all watch Twitch. DMCA started striking down and told all streamers like you can't play copyrighted music. So like no more Drake, like no more Taylor Swift, like on stream, like shut down. So now all these people have no music to play. So now they're stuck playing these lo-fi beats in the background or anything. And so out of blue, all these people from his community, all these other streamers started hitting me up like, yo, can I play your music on stream? Can I play your music on stream? I'm like, yeah, like not copyright. And I have just grown so much through that. Like I've got a girl in England that plays my music on stream 24/7 every day. It's because another thing is I've got 40 songs on streaming platforms. So it's not like, you have this small rotation. You got this big rotation.
Mhm.
So I've got a girl in England. I've got, girls across from and boys across from the globe, like for real, like playing my music on stream every day. My friend still does. So that's where I've seen like the most like crazy, like where I've really been able to like get my music out there.
For the people that are listening that maybe be streaming, what songs do you think have been most popular? Like maybe like for people to use on Twitch, maybe like Rodeo by G-Willi.
It honestly, like that's a good question. I feel like one of my latest songs, "Falling in Love," has been like really popular, which is one of my favorite songs I've ever done. But honestly, it's been across the board. Like that girl in England, I went into her stream the other day, and she was singing along the words to a song off my first album, and I haven't heard a song off my first album in over a year because I hate it so
That's
much.
dope.
I think the quality's bad. I'm just like, man, this sucks. And she's doing that, and I'm like, dang, like that's pretty cool.
Are you a gamer?
I like Oreo. I like Oreo a lot, bro.
Appreciate it.
Oreos, chilling, eating Oreos. Sorry, Janae, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just asking because you were talking about Twitch. Are you a gamer?
I play Fortnite sometimes.
That's
like,
Fortnite. What?
But the thing is, the reason is because I was never a gamer, and then I got hooked on Fortnite a couple years ago. I bought an Xbox for it. John and I have ran plenty.
Guy's nice with it, bro.
Oh, y'all didn't invite me. Y'all didn't invite me. Hold on, I'm just drop my little gamer tag in the little chat.
Let's get it. Let's get it. So I still play that, but like I'm really not a gamer. But I love watching Twitch though. Like I'll watch games I never play. Like I'm on Twitch every single day, so it was a nice like way to group those together. And it's really cool like seeing people in the chat talking about my music, not knowing I'm in there and stuff. Especially with my friend who's a lot bigger on there. Like that's always a neat experience.
You brought up the DMCA issues without getting too detailed in it. Like basically Twitch is like guys said isn't allowing streamers to do that, but then they're very loose with other rules that they allow their larger streamers to do, just like violating people think what is appropriate. Do you think that so a lot of streamers are frustrated with Twitch right now that are on their platform? Guy, do you think that it's like that there's going to be a new platform coming out soon? I feel like if Mixer had come like a year later than it did, then it would take over Twitch, but people were still like so into Twitch. But now I feel like people are getting very frustrated with it. I think it's a perfect time for someone to like mix up the streaming industry.
I haven't considered that. That's a good point. Like my frustration is because like I know that it's benefiting me, but it's still frustrating for a lot of streamers. So my frustration is like, man, like we see what TikTok's doing. Like songs can be used in context, like it can be split, mashed, and have millions of views just fine. And the only reward there, like, those artists aren't making direct money off of TikTok, although it really benefits them. And it's like, it begs the question, like, what's the problem with, streamers doing the same thing, especially when most of them have the song linked in the chat. You can just hit an exclamation point song or anything else. It's like, where we draw that line where exposure is a good thing and exposure is a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Given Twitch in the gaming industry, and like Janae, I know this is your area. Like Janae's a big gamer. One thing that I had a conversation over Christmas, and I think I was watching C-SPAN, and they were talking about how gaming has actually taken over the entertainment industry in regards to having like a majority influence on such. And so even if you see the trend, a lot of I think that the game, even when it comes to music, is very much so oversaturated. Remember, you used to be able to show up to a studio and present your tape or whatever. Now you can't do it anymore. You usually can't even get an appointment. And so you have to have like a really big following, or sometimes pay for a feature to get anything like that. And so given that, you see like even a lot of people, because sometimes I'll use like my sounds account. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that even now, like artists that aren't really making money from their music within the music industry per se are doing a lot with creating beats for gaming and stuff like that. So
I will say like Fortnite, I think Fortnite's changing the game completely. Like we saw it like with these collaborations with like Marvel, and then you see like where they're doing ads in game for movies, like where you and then now, you know, you have these emotes. You've got a Travis Scott
Mhm.
figure in the game. Like you've got music. If you get in a car, you've got a radio station where you can hear all these hits on the radio. And I've heard some songs on there. I'm not gonna lie, that I like that I've never heard before.
Right.
And so that just enters this whole other like, and I think it's really good. I think it's opening the door for a lot, but it just comes down to all those like. Then again, you got streamers that have to mute their game when they're driving in the car. So it's like
That's
where
crazy.
isn't it?
But so you remember, like, I don't know if you guys remember, but like, I used to play PlayStation like 2 back. Remember like Midnight Club, the racing game, the racing game, and then when you get into the car,
yeah,
like all like the songs and stuff. I remember they played like Dr. Dre's song like to death, but like that's like the same thing per se, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I play Warzone and they got like What's Poppin' by Jack Harlow on it. They got like DMX on it whenever you're driving in a car around the place. So, I mean, so streamers really have to mute if they're driving and there's like a copyrighted song playing?
Yeah, they got to mute, or I think there's a way to turn the
Yeah, you can just turn that off if you want. Yeah.
But some, like, I'll
crazy.
watch plenty of streamers that just mute the game while that's happening.
Speaking of that thought, you know, I remember what was the game I used to play? I think it was like, was it Need for Speed or whatever?
Yeah.
And then my favorite song used to be like for driving, "You Don't Know Me" by T.I. It was just something about the beat. I would keep that shit on. But yeah, like I used to, that's crazy. I that shows how long I've actually like played the game or whatever. So, I didn't even know that.
So we were gonna do and explain that Instagram. You've sort of touched on them, but let's just like show the pictures so that we can put together a segment and then we can put his descriptions for him, because you actually did explain the 3 Instagrams that we pulled.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, Janae, do you want to screen share and bring those up? Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Okay.
Where's my Zoom? Hold on, sorry guys. Give me 1 second. I can't find me. I don't know. Can you guys still see me? I don't know where I'm at on my screen. I have like 2 minutes.
I see you. I can see you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I think I'm.
Yep.
Back. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. I'll play this. Can y'all see this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let it ride.
So this is the second one. Okay.
No.
Good content.
Your mom is my favorite reactions.
People think that she's like faking, but she is so skittish. People have no idea. My buddy at the end is my favorite.
Hey, yo, you're gonna give them a heart attack. Why are you?
I know.
Bro, I'm so glad that I know you visited us in Tampa a couple of times. I'm so glad you didn't live with us, bro. I didn't have to wake up to that.
Sheesh. If only I was on that by that time.
All right, yeah. So you can explain this Instagram. You sort of did. It's just one of the times you got for the raccoon.
Yeah.
Song.
So this is the raccoon, and then this really opened a lot of doors because this was a live show in Louisville, and you know Louisville's got a lot of people. I want to say like 600 something thousand.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't know. So this got on a live show, and I went on there and talked about the raccoon. But what was great about this is, you know, I was real comfortable and all, but like when something else, what was it? Something else blew up or whatever. Oh, when I released my first album, Bellarmine wrote an article on me. I don't know why. Might have been a slow news month. They wrote an article on me, and one of the producers from this show saw the article, or somebody that worked on the show, like an intern, and tagged the producer. And I actually got to go back on this live show and perform one of my songs from the album, which was like really big for me because I'd done shows, but going on TV with that many people watching was like really cool for me, and it was a cool experience to go on there and perform.
Not many artists first. I don't know if that was your first live performance, but not many artists' first live performance was on television.
Luckily Bellarmine does a lot of shows, so I've gotten to perform.
Okay, cool.
On campus a lot. So I was like, I was nervous because obviously it was TV and stuff, but
yeah,
you know, I was more comfortable than somebody who had no experience
That's cool.
at all.
Okay.
So I was like, shout out Stanley. All right.
Yeah.
This is
Speaking
not
of,
this is not
that's
Stanley,
not
but
Stanley. I thought this
no,
was. I
but
thought you made
another
friends.
full circle thing is like, so this video happened, and then my aunt ended up becoming a wildlife rehabilitationist. I don't know if that's the right word. So she
Okay.
takes like injured like wildlife, like she's had deer, baby deer that maybe getting been hit by a car, raccoons and everything. So like I'll go over there and play with raccoons and squirrels, and they're so friendly, and I just love them. And so I was over there, and then the raccoon was just crawling on me, being a buddy, and
I see the caption.
it just brings it full circle. Yeah, no phone was stolen.
That's funny. Yeah, you got an interesting life, bro.
Facts. G, last question, bro. Like, I guess besides, I think you kind of hit on it earlier. Have you named the next project? You want to kind of put a plug out there for your next project, so people know to check you out and what to look for you, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. I got no name yet, but I think that there's going to be something for everybody except country music fans. So I will say
sorry,
that.
Chris.
Yeah, sorry, Chris.
Well, I don't just like country music, but I have a huge, deep appreciation for it.
Yeah, I really like how I make music is like, if I hear a song that I really like, I'm like, oh, I want to make a song like this. Not like blueprint, but it's like if I hear a good indie song, I'm like, oh, I want to make some indie music. So like there's a lot of indie music on this album. There's a couple hip hop songs where I rap, even though I say I'm not a rapper. And then there's a little bit of everything. And so I'm just excited. Like I said, it's about leveling up. I'm just trying to, I put in my bio, but it's all about me is like just getting more respect as an actual artist, like every single day. Like people really taking me serious when it comes to my music.
That's what's up. So we'll keep a lookout for that next project coming 2021 for sure.
Got some singles out on it, so y'all can check those out.
Oh, bet. I'm definitely gonna keep using your. I make Call of Duty clips, not a self plug, but sometimes I use G-Willi's music when I feel it's appropriate. So
much love.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Miss Janae Jasmine, you got anything else to add?
Oh yeah, drop your gamer tag so we can play on Xbox, because definitely gonna
maybe
G-Willi 25.
You better get all the friend requests.
1v1 me in Playground.
See me on Rust 1v1.
What's your tag?
Oh, mine is Janae, of course. So let me put it on my phone. You said
Hey.
I'm gonna do it now.
You said Janae?
Don't do that. Yes, I'm
ugly.
I'm excited to do it now. So you won't be like, oh no, who is this? I'm not playing with her. So we won't have no problem. So just give me 2 seconds. I'm doing it right now.
It's Janae, like no spaces.
I think so. Sure. What is my name?
Okay.
Yeah.
You play on. What do you play on?
I play on Xbox. It's JEHNAE 22 ! So I'm adding you now. So let's make sure we have no problems. So you can get your little notification. Like, oh yeah.
Bro, I didn't know you could have exclamation points in your name. That's crazy.
Well, I did it when it was like the original Xbox. So I'm like a gamer.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
the OG gamer tag right there.
OG.
Yeah, you can't do it now, but that was like the
here.
original. This G-Willi, what was it?
25.
25. Are you 25?
Janae, what do you play?
Everything. Madden, 2K. If you want to get your ass bust, let me know. We can schedule.
Listen, I've only played once with her. Just like I played Madden, but I've only played once with her, and that was Mortal Kombat, and I got my ass kicked in that one.
He did. So.
Oh, I will get clapped in Mortal Kombat. You know that.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and dust off the little Xbox. I haven't played in about a month or so, but I'm gonna dust it off, and we can jump on and play.
All right.
We can stream it. I can stream it. And we'll play your music.
Bet.
All right. Well, thank you for all who tuned in for our podcast again. G-Willi, thank you again for showing up, showing out. Definitely business. I'm gonna let my co-host say goodbye. J. Clay.
See you guys. Thanks for watching.
Jasmine.
Hey, reshare out here. Connect, create, collaborate.
Matter of fact, all right, and then definitely follow us on breezeshare.co or our IG at breezeshare. All right,
Check
see you
out
guys.
G-Willi's music on every platform. Stream it. Run them streams up.
Another plug. What's your Instagram? What's your Twitter?
That Shamu guy on both.
That's true.
I used to rap about Shamu. Those are my roots.
See, this dude has lived like 4 lives in one life. It's crazy.
All right, yo.
All right, y'all.
All right, appreciate it.